Espero que te recuperes pronto de tu cirugía.
I hope you will soon recover after your surgery. I hope you will soon recover after your surgery.
En cuanto a mis calificaciones.
As far as my qualifications are concerned. As far as my qualifications are concerned.
A Emily se le ocurrió una idea muy creativa.
Emily came up with a very creative idea. Emily came up with a very creative idea.
Puedo pagar en efectivo o también con tarjeta de crédito.
I can pay in cash or with a credit card as well. I can pay in cash or with a credit card as well.
No importa qué película elijas.
It doesn't matter which movie you choose. It doesn't matter which movie you choose.
Pasear a tu perro es una excelente forma de hacer ejercicio.
Walking your dog is a great way to exercise. Walking your dog is a great way to exercise.
Si estuviera en tus zapatos.
If I were in your shoes. If I were in your shoes.
He estado aprendiendo inglés durante 4 años.
I have been learning English for 4 years. I have been learning English for 4 years.
Los hombres muestran menos sus emociones.
Men show less of their emotions. Men show less of their emotions.
Colin es una persona muy versátil.
Colin is a very versatile person. Colin is a very versatile person.
Tomar una ducha fría.
Take a cold shower. Take a cold shower.
Pueden beneficiarse de eso.
They can benefit from it. They can benefit from it.
Karen aplicó a un puesto bien pagado.
Karen applied for a well-paid position. Karen applied for a well-paid position.
El chocolate negro es una opción saludable.
Dark chocolate is a healthy choice. Dark chocolate is a healthy choice.
Prácticamente gratis.
Virtually for free. Virtually for free.
Las mujeres tienen más opciones.
Women have more options. Women have more options.
¿Cuál fue la mejor escena de la película?
Which was the best scene in the movie? Which was the best scene in the movie?
Pasamos un buen rato.
We had a good time. We had a good time.
No tiene ningún significado.
It doesn't have any meaning. It doesn't have any meaning.
¿Puedes cerrar la puerta principal?
Would you mind closing the front door? Would you mind closing the front door?
Agradezco tu persistencia.
I appreciate your persistence. I appreciate your persistence.
Desde que nos mudamos.
Ever since we moved in. Ever since we moved in.
El tulipán es una de mis flores favoritas.
The tulip is one of my favorite flowers. The tulip is one of my favorite flowers.
Estoy pensando en comprar un auto.
I'm thinking about buying a car. I'm thinking about buying a car.
Si fuera tú, iría.
If I were you, I would go. If I were you, I would go.
Me preguntó si quería ir.
He asked me if I wanted to go. He asked me if I wanted to go.
El lugar de la cena.
The venue of the dinner. The venue of the dinner.
Apostar puede ser arriesgado.
Gambling can be risky. Gambling can be risky.
Hacer algo más productivo.
Do something more productive. Do something more productive.
A Sharon inmediatamente le dio gripa.
Sharon immediately caught the flu. Sharon immediately caught the flu.
Es de buena educación dar propinas a los meseros.
It is polite to give tips to waiters. It is polite to give tips to waiters.
Transferir dinero a una cuenta bancaria.
Transfer money to a bank account. Transfer money to a bank account.
Sandra quiere ir de excursión a las montañas rocosas en 32 grados.
Sandra wants to go hiking in the Rocky Mountains in 32 degrees. Sandra wants to go hiking in the Rocky Mountains in 32 degrees.
Félix no usa sus lentes todos los días.
Felix doesn't wear his glasses every day. Felix doesn't wear his glasses every day.
Comparado con los estudiantes suecos.
Compared to the Swedish students. Compared to the Swedish students.
Tu sistema de entrega es mucho mejor.
Yours is a much better delivery system. Yours is a much better delivery system.
Depende del clima.
It depends on the weather. It depends on the weather.
Creo que esta es la decisión perfecta.
I believe that this is the perfect choice. I believe that this is the perfect choice.
Además de eso, tienen mucho talento para montar en bicicleta.
Besides that, they are very talented at riding. Besides that, they are very talented at riding.
Una víctima de acoso en línea.
A victim of online bullying. A victim of online bullying.
Felicity está haciendo un curso de finanzas.
Felicity is doing a course in finance. Felicity is doing a course in finance.
Mantener la inflamación bajo control.
Keep inflammation at bay. Keep inflammation at bay.
De hecho.
As a matter of fact. As a matter of fact.
Sus nietos son realmente únicos.
Your grandchildren are one of a kind. Your grandchildren are one of a kind.
Los teléfonos celulares son extremadamente populares.
Cell phones are extremely popular. Cell phones are extremely popular.
Siempre puedes confiar en Mason.
You can always rely on Mason. You can always rely on Mason.
Siempre compiten por el mejor puesto.
They always compete for the best place. They always compete for the best place.
Los deportes desarrollan tu fuerza de voluntad.
Sports develop your willpower. Sports develop your willpower.
Las ventas están aumentando.
Sales are increasing. Sales are increasing.
Este departamento está disponible por 2 meses.
This apartment is available for 2 months. This apartment is available for 2 months.
La zona donde viven los Burton.
The area where the Burtons live. The area where the Burtons live.
Billy prendió el motor.
Billy started the engine. Billy started the engine.
El último episodio de una serie.
The last episode of a series. The last episode of a series.
No quería hacerte esperar.
I didn't want to keep you waiting. I didn't want to keep you waiting.
Sal del auto.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Una amplia selección de programas de televisión.
A rich choice of TV programs. A rich choice of TV programs.
La emoción puede causar sudoración.
Excitement can cause sweating. Excitement can cause sweating.
Lo siento por ellos.
I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them.
Los participantes deben llenar este formulario.
The participants need to fill in this form. The participants need to fill in this form.
El largo de tu falda.
The length of your skirt. The length of your skirt.
Me llamaron por mi nombre.
They called me by my name. They called me by my name.
Recomendé que se quedaran en un hotel.
I recommended that they stay at a hotel. I recommended that they stay at a hotel.
Me acostumbré al ruido.
I got used to the noise. I got used to the noise.
Este chico es muy enérgico y lleno de vida.
This boy is very energetic and full of life. This boy is very energetic and full of life.
Mi migraña empeora.
My migraine is getting worse. My migraine is getting worse.
Las cabañas son ideales para parejas jóvenes.
Cottages are ideal for young couples. Cottages are ideal for young couples.
Ese hongo no es venenoso en absoluto.
That mushroom isn't poisonous at all. That mushroom isn't poisonous at all.
Para cuando llegué, ella ya había terminado el desayuno.
By the time I arrived, she had already finished breakfast. By the time I arrived, she had already finished breakfast.
Mi tío siempre ha sido un ratón de biblioteca.
My uncle has always been a bookworm. My uncle has always been a bookworm.
¿Qué tal si hacemos un viaje a las colinas?
What about taking a trip to the hills? What about taking a trip to the hills?
Me detuve a recoger la basura.
I stopped to pick up the trash. I stopped to pick up the trash.
Aprobar una prueba teórica.
Pass a theoretical test. Pass a theoretical test.
Tú decides.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Traer este tema.
Bring up this topic. Bring up this topic.
Anoche me dejó el autobús.
I missed the bus last night. I missed the bus last night.
Viajar en auto se demora mucho.
Traveling by car is time-consuming. Traveling by car is time-consuming.
Los Smiths se mudaron a otra ciudad.
The Smiths moved to another city. The Smiths moved to another city.
Vía Internet.
Via the Internet. Via the Internet.
Los viajes aéreos me marean.
Air travel makes me dizzy. Air travel makes me dizzy.
Los niveles más altos y más bajos del mar.
The highest and lowest levels of the sea. The highest and lowest levels of the sea.
Después de un rato salieron de la casa.
After a while they left the house. After a while they left the house.
Es el hogar de muchos conciertos al aire libre y eventos.
It's home to many outdoor concerts and events. It's home to many outdoor concerts and events.
Quiero también mencionar la importancia de la integridad.
I want to mention the importance of integrity as well. I want to mention the importance of integrity as well.
Esta pregunta es inevitable.
This question is inevitable. This question is inevitable.
Tengo excelentes habilidades de comunicación.
I have excellent communication skills. I have excellent communication skills.
Si tuviera un problema similar.
If I had a similar problem. If I had a similar problem.
La razón por la cual elegí esta ciudad.
The reason why I have chosen this city. The reason why I have chosen this city.
Sigue lloviendo.
It keeps raining. It keeps raining.
Mantenerse en contacto con amigos.
Keep in touch with friends. Keep in touch with friends.
Los viajes de última hora son relativamente baratos.
Last-minute trips are relatively cheap. Last-minute trips are relatively cheap.
Llegar a la estación.
Arrive at the station. Arrive at the station.
Posponer el viaje.
Postpone the trip. Postpone the trip.
La cantidad de material es enorme.
The quantity of the material is huge. The quantity of the material is huge.
Casi 200 invitados internacionales.
Nearly 200 international guests. Nearly 200 international guests.
Dentro del tiempo de entrega esperado.
Within the expected delivery time. Within the expected delivery time.
Eres tan talentoso como Rick.
You are as gifted as Rick. You are as gifted as Rick.
Jane y Olaf tuvieron su fiesta de despedida al mismo tiempo.
Jane and Olaf had their farewell parties at the same time. Jane and Olaf had their farewell parties at the same time.
En relación con los productos sin gluten.
In connection with the gluten-free products. In connection with the gluten-free products.
Los pobres necesitan ayuda.
The poor need help. The poor need help.
Estamos en la misma situación.
We are in the same boat. We are in the same boat.
¿Me puedes hacer un favor?
Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor?
Por fin escaparon.
At last they escaped. At last they escaped.
Han despedido al empleado negligente.
They have fired the careless employee. They have fired the careless employee.
Sandra ha tomado una decisión importante.
Sandra has made an important decision. Sandra has made an important decision.
Como consecuencia.
As a consequence. As a consequence.
Claire está progresando en su proyecto.
Claire is making progress in her project. Claire is making progress in her project.
Tengo un loro por primera vez.
I have a parrot for the first time. I have a parrot for the first time.
Ir al hospital para un examen.
Go to the hospital for an examination. Go to the hospital for an examination.
En el semestre de primavera.
In the spring semester. In the spring semester.
Es difícil de estimar.
It's difficult to estimate. It's difficult to estimate.
No puedo dejar este trabajo sin terminar.
I can't leave this job unfinished. I can't leave this job unfinished.
Los niños están obsesionados con los juegos de computadora.
Boys are obsessed with computer games. Boys are obsessed with computer games.
Me gustaría saber si es posible.
I would like to know if it is possible. I would like to know if it is possible.
Hacer mucho ruido.
Make a lot of noise. Make a lot of noise.
¿Alguna vez has viajado a Perú?
Have you ever been to Peru? Have you ever been to Peru?
La caza es un pasatiempo emocionante.
Hunting is an exciting hobby. Hunting is an exciting hobby.
De hecho, fue el ladrón quien robó el dinero.
In fact, it was the thief who stole the money. In fact, it was the thief who stole the money.
¿Te importa si me prestas tu mochila?
Do you mind if I borrow your backpack? Do you mind if I borrow your backpack?
Jason es un experto en el campo del marketing.
Jason is an expert in the field of marketing. Jason is an expert in the field of marketing.
Algunas montañas en Alaska no tienen nombre.
Some mountains in Alaska have not been named. Some mountains in Alaska have not been named.
Los detalles no están incluidos en el comentario.
The details aren't included in the comment. The details aren't included in the comment.
Las personas en las ciudades suelen vivir en departamentos.
People in cities tend to live in apartments. People in cities tend to live in apartments.
Fue la primera vez que viajó a Alemania.
It was the first time he had traveled to Germany. It was the first time he had traveled to Germany.
A los estudiantes a veces se les dificulta aprender.
Students sometimes struggle with learning. Students sometimes struggle with learning.
El clima fue muy agradable.
The atmosphere was very friendly. The atmosphere was very friendly.
Leer un artículo sobre teléfonos celulares.
Read an article about cell phones. Read an article about cell phones.
Ella no está de acuerdo con fumar dentro de la casa.
She disapproves of smoking in the house. She disapproves of smoking in the house.
Si pudiera contratar estudiantes universitarios.
If I could hire college students. If I could hire college students.
Dispositivos electrónicos, como iPods o laptops.
Electronic devices, such as iPods or laptops. Electronic devices, such as iPods or laptops.
Es hora de que progresemos.
It's time for us to make progress. It's time for us to make progress.
Monto en bicicleta los viernes.
I go riding on Fridays. I go riding on Fridays.
Ellos heredarán toda la granja de ganado.
They will inherit the whole cattle farm. They will inherit the whole cattle farm.
Regresar a Canadá.
Return to Canada. Return to Canada.
Obtiene su salario todos los meses.
They get their salary monthly. They get their salary monthly.
La cicatriz sigue visible en mi pierna.
The scar is still visible on my leg. The scar is still visible on my leg.
Encontrémonos al pie de la montaña.
Let's meet at the foot of the mountain. Let's meet at the foot of the mountain.
Estoy bromeando.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Pasamos una tarde agradable en la cafetería.
We spent a pleasant afternoon in the cafe. We spent a pleasant afternoon in the cafe.
¿Quieres que envuelva los regalos?
Do you want me to wrap the presents? Do you want me to wrap the presents?
Eslovaquia hace frontera con Hungría en el norte.
Slovakia borders Hungary in the north. Slovakia borders Hungary in the north.
Puedes cambiar dinero en un banco.
You can exchange money at a bank. You can exchange money at a bank.
Estaban de camino a Bognor Regis.
They were on the road to Bognor Regis. They were on the road to Bognor Regis.
Necesito terminar este proyecto para el próximo fin de semana.
I need to finish this project by next weekend. I need to finish this project by next weekend.
La mayoría de la gente.
The majority of people. The majority of people.
Creo que te visitaré en algún momento esta semana.
I think I'll visit you sometime this week. I think I'll visit you sometime this week.
Por último, pero no menos importante.
Last but not least. Last but not least.
Es de buena educación dar paso a los peatones.
It is polite to give way to the pedestrians. It is polite to give way to the pedestrians.
Los niños a menudo están involucrados en tareas domésticas.
Children are often involved in domestic chores. Children are often involved in domestic chores.
Mis padrinos son personas sociables.
My godparents are sociable people. My godparents are sociable people.
La clave para el éxito.
The key to success. The key to success.
Convencí a Gary para que venga con nosotros.
I persuaded Gary to come with us. I persuaded Gary to come with us.
Este ha sido el mejor año de su vida hasta ahora.
This has been the best year of his life so far. This has been the best year of his life so far.
No quiero renunciar a mi trabajo.
I don't want to quit my job. I don't want to quit my job.
La falta de puntualidad.
The lack of punctuality. The lack of punctuality.
Rara vez conozco caras nuevas.
I rarely get to know new faces. I rarely get to know new faces.
El león atacó a los monos.
The lion attacked the monkeys. The lion attacked the monkeys.
Incluso antes de comenzar la competencia.
Even before the competition begins. Even before the competition begins.
Este nuevo método es el más eficiente.
This new method is the most efficient one. This new method is the most efficient one.
Tim me recomendó vender la podadora.
Tim suggested that I sell the lawn mower. Tim suggested that I sell the lawn mower.
La música está muy fuerte.
The music is too loud. The music is too loud.
En los años anteriores.
In the previous years. In the previous years.
Trabajo como bibliotecario en la biblioteca local.
I work as a librarian at the local library. I work as a librarian at the local library.
El impacto de la publicidad en los niños.
The impact of advertising on children. The impact of advertising on children.
Julian es un tipo muy honesto y decente.
Julian is a very honest and decent guy. Julian is a very honest and decent guy.
Reese aprobó el examen de historia.
Reese passed the history exam. Reese passed the history exam.
En cuanto a los fanáticos.
As for the fans. As for the fans.
Con mucho gusto compartiría mi comida con ellos.
I would gladly share my food with them. I would gladly share my food with them.
Es de mala educación dejar a alguien esperando.
It's impolite to keep somebody waiting. It's impolite to keep somebody waiting.
Muchos adultos tienen un estilo de vida sedentario.
Many adults have a sedentary lifestyle. Many adults have a sedentary lifestyle.
La consistencia es crucial en todos los lugares de trabajo.
Consistency is crucial at every workplace. Consistency is crucial at every workplace.
Salimos para Denver al mediodía.
We are leaving for Denver at noon. We are leaving for Denver at noon.
El taxi te llevará puerta a puerta.
The taxi will take you from door to door. The taxi will take you from door to door.
Tener el coraje de probar algo.
Have the courage to try out something. Have the courage to try out something.
Disminuyó la velocidad cuando vio al perro.
He slowed down when he saw the dog. He slowed down when he saw the dog.
Los estudiantes universitarios son muy extrovertidos.
University students are very outgoing. University students are very outgoing.
Más y más personas.
More and more people. More and more people.
Hay una ligera diferencia entre las dos fotos.
There is a slight difference between the two photos. There is a slight difference between the two photos.
Nunca tengo pesadillas.
I never have nightmares. I never have nightmares.
La nueva casa de mi suegra es muy acogedora.
My mother-in-law's new house is very cozy. My mother-in-law's new house is very cozy.
Decir la verdad.
To tell the truth. To tell the truth.
Proteger el medio ambiente.
Protect the environment. Protect the environment.
Ya que el clima es lluvioso.
As the weather is rainy. As the weather is rainy.
¿Dónde nos encontramos?
Where should we meet? Where should we meet?
De repente, dejó de respirar.
All of a sudden, he stopped breathing. All of a sudden, he stopped breathing.
El intercambio de casas es un nuevo fenómeno.
House swapping is a new phenomenon. House swapping is a new phenomenon.
Sin embargo, está lejos.
However far it is. However far it is.
Estoy cansado de aprender todo el tiempo, M.
I'm fed up with learning all the time. I'm fed up with learning all the time.
Tuvieron suficiente tiempo para comer.
They had enough time to eat. They had enough time to eat.
No puedes arriesgar tu salud.
You can't risk your health. You can't risk your health.
La hora de llegada.
The time of arrival. The time of arrival.
La gente dice que el huevo crudo es bueno para los deportistas.
People say raw egg is good for sportsmen. People say raw egg is good for sportsmen.
Sufrir algún tipo de discapacidad de aprendizaje.
Suffer from some kind of learning disability. Suffer from some kind of learning disability.
Parece ser una opción excepcionalmente buena.
It seems to be an exceptionally good option. It seems to be an exceptionally good option.
Es agradable encontrar un lugar tranquilo cuando necesitas descansar.
It's nice to find a peaceful place when you need some rest. It's nice to find a peaceful place when you need some rest.
La hora del día favorita de Joyce es la noche.
Joyce's favorite time of day is the evening. Joyce's favorite time of day is the evening.
El propósito de esta discusión.
The aim of this discussion. The aim of this discussion.
¿Me puedes explicar lo que eso significa?
Would you explain to me what it means? Would you explain to me what it means?
El morado es la mezcla del rojo y el azul.
Purple is the mixture of red and blue. Purple is the mixture of red and blue.
Deja que te ayude.
Let me help you. Let me help you.
Consumimos aproximadamente 2 kilos de chocolate al año.
We consume about 5 pounds of chocolate a year. We consume about 5 pounds of chocolate a year.
Los estadounidenses consumen muchos productos de trigo.
Americans consume a lot of wheat products. Americans consume a lot of wheat products.
Él condujo más que todos.
He drove the most. He drove the most.
Esos celulares son los peores de todos.
Those cell phones are the worst of all. Those cell phones are the worst of all.
Esta es una semana especial para mí.
This is a special week for me. This is a special week for me.
Necesitamos agregarle un poco más de agua.
We need to add some more water to it. We need to add some more water to it.
Protección del medio ambiente.
Environmental protection. Environmental protection.
Debería ponerme a dieta.
I should go on a diet. I should go on a diet.
La forma más rápida de llegar a la estación es en auto.
The fastest way to the station is by car. The fastest way to the station is by car.
Ten cuidado porque las carreteras son resbalosas.
Be careful because the roads are slippery. Be careful because the roads are slippery.
Los abrazos hacen que la gente se sienta feliz.
Hugs make people feel happy. Hugs make people feel happy.
El desayuno se sirve en el comedor.
Breakfast is served in the dining hall. Breakfast is served in the dining hall.
¿Este asiento está ocupado?
Is this seat taken? Is this seat taken?
No hay ninguna evidencia.
There isn't any evidence. There isn't any evidence.
Nuestra vista es un regalo invaluable.
Our sight is a priceless gift. Our sight is a priceless gift.
La práctica hace la perfección.
Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect.
Todas las veces que quieras.
As many times as you like. As many times as you like.
Moderar el consumo de alcohol.
Moderate alcohol consumption. Moderate alcohol consumption.
Siempre me da sueño en la tarde.
I am always sleepy in the afternoon. I am always sleepy in the afternoon.
Pasa tu tiempo libre en la naturaleza.
Spend your leisure time in the countryside. Spend your leisure time in the countryside.
Estas tazas son muy frágiles.
These cups are very fragile. These cups are very fragile.
A él le apasiona actuar.
He is passionate about acting. He is passionate about acting.
Siempre logro llegar a tiempo.
I always manage to arrive on time. I always manage to arrive on time.
Alex y Jenny terminaron el mes pasado.
Alex and Jenny broke up last month. Alex and Jenny broke up last month.
La cocina tailandesa es similar a la cocina china.
Thai cuisine is similar to Chinese cuisine. Thai cuisine is similar to Chinese cuisine.
La tecnología juega un papel importante en nuestra vida.
Technology plays a major role in our life. Technology plays a major role in our life.
En ambos casos.
In both cases. In both cases.
Mantener las tradiciones de Pascua.
Keep the Easter traditions. Keep the Easter traditions.
No soporto esperar.
I can't stand waiting. I can't stand waiting.
Retirar dinero de un cajero automático.
Withdraw money from an ATM. Withdraw money from an ATM.
Ella representó al primer ministro.
She represented the Prime Minister. She represented the Prime Minister.
Tu corazón funciona mejor si corres regularmente.
Your heart functions better if you run regularly. Your heart functions better if you run regularly.
Durante 2 meses.
For 2 months. For 2 months.
Según el pronóstico del tiempo.
According to the weather forecast. According to the weather forecast.
La creatividad de Laura es increíble.
Laura's creativity is unbelievable. Laura's creativity is unbelievable.
Nadie quiere renunciar a sus sueños.
Nobody wants to give up their dreams. Nobody wants to give up their dreams.
Ahorrar tiempo y energía.
Save time and energy. Save time and energy.
El miso es un tipo de sopa japonesa.
Miso is a kind of Japanese soup. Miso is a kind of Japanese soup.
Todas las computadoras, incluida la tuya también.
All the computers, including yours, too. All the computers, including yours, too.
La orilla de un océano te da una vista increíble.
The shore of an ocean gives you an incredible view. The shore of an ocean gives you an incredible view.
Compensarlo por su pérdida.
Compensate him for his loss. Compensate him for his loss.
Envidio tu hermoso cabello rojo y abundante.
I envy your beautiful, thick, red hair. I envy your beautiful, thick, red hair.
Cada país en África.
Every country in Africa. Every country in Africa.
Riley siempre toma el sol.
Riley always lies in the sun. Riley always lies in the sun.
Dentro de poco tiempo.
In the near future. In the near future.
El ratón se comió un pedazo de queso.
The mouse ate a piece of cheese. The mouse ate a piece of cheese.
No entiendes lo que estoy diciendo.
You misunderstand what I am saying. You misunderstand what I am saying.
La mayoría de las personas tienen un trabajo a tiempo completo.
Most people have a full-time job. Most people have a full-time job.
Rara vez planeo cosas por adelantado.
I rarely plan things in advance. I rarely plan things in advance.
Explica la idea en detalle.
Explain the idea in details. Explain the idea in details.
La inundación se extendió por toda la ciudad.
The flood spread all over the city. The flood spread all over the city.
Por diferentes razones.
For different reasons. For different reasons.
Pasan tiempo de calidad juntos.
They spend quality time together. They spend quality time together.
Esta pintura es propiedad del gobierno.
This painting is owned by the government. This painting is owned by the government.
La superficie de la mesa es rugosa.
The surface of the table is rough. The surface of the table is rough.
No hay nada en mi bolsillo.
There is nothing in my pocket. There is nothing in my pocket.
En agosto de este año estuvo en Venecia.
He spent last August in Venice. He spent last August in Venice.
Ese es un comentario extraño.
That's a weird comment. That's a weird comment.
¿Por cuánto tiempo has tenido una licencia de conducir?
How long have you had a driver's license? How long have you had a driver's license?
¿Ya tomaste una decisión?
Have you made a decision yet? Have you made a decision yet?
Comprar un producto en particular.
Buy a particular product. Buy a particular product.
En cuanto a la ropa.
Concerning clothes. Concerning clothes.
Todos los días llego a la casa a las 5 p.m.
I get home every day at 5 p.m. I get home every day at 5 p.m.
Es difícil seguirte el paso.
It's hard to keep up with you. It's hard to keep up with you.
Él iba a hacer el examen el viernes.
He was going to take the exam on Friday. He was going to take the exam on Friday.
Las actividades más comunes que hacemos.
The most common activities that we do. The most common activities that we do.
Avísame con antelación.
Let me know in advance. Let me know in advance.
Dave ya ha ganado varios premios de música.
Dave has already won several music awards. Dave has already won several music awards.
¿Tienes un pasaporte válido?
Do you have a valid passport? Do you have a valid passport?
No les permito comer dulces.
I don't allow them to eat sweets. I don't allow them to eat sweets.
La hora de la salida.
The time of departure. The time of departure.
Mejorar la situación.
Improve the situation. Improve the situation.
Pon la leche en el refrigerador.
Put the milk into the fridge. Put the milk into the fridge.
En general.
On the whole. On the whole.
Mastercard es aceptada en toda Europa.
MasterCard is accepted all over Europe. MasterCard is accepted all over Europe.
El horario flexible es la mejor opción.
Flexible work time is the best option. Flexible work time is the best option.
Me lastimé el brazo izquierdo.
I hurt my left arm. I hurt my left arm.
Las abuelas tienden a ser permisivas.
Grandmothers tend to be permissive. Grandmothers tend to be permissive.
Invité a mi ex esposa a jugar tenis conmigo.
I invited my ex-wife to play tennis with me. I invited my ex-wife to play tennis with me.
El recibo del libro.
The receipt of the book. The receipt of the book.
Los niños deben estar disponibles por teléfono.
Children should be reachable on the phone. Children should be reachable on the phone.
Repollo relleno y pastel de semillas de amapola.
Stuffed cabbage and poppy seed cake. Stuffed cabbage and poppy seed cake.
No podría haber imaginado un mejor regalo.
I couldn't have imagined a better present. I couldn't have imagined a better present.
La deforestación destruye la calidad del aire.
Deforestation destroys the quality of air. Deforestation destroys the quality of air.
A pesar de la fuerte lluvia.
In spite of the heavy rain. In spite of the heavy rain.
Afortunadamente, ella practicaba mucho en casa.
Fortunately, she practiced a lot at home. Fortunately, she practiced a lot at home.
No tenemos acceso a Internet en este hotel.
We don't have internet access in this hotel. We don't have internet access in this hotel.
En general, fue una gran fiesta.
On the whole, it was a great party. On the whole, it was a great party.
Pedir la ayuda de un profesional.
Ask for a professional's help. Ask for a professional's help.
Esta canción me recuerda a Escocia.
This song reminds me of Scotland. This song reminds me of Scotland.
Hemos sido amigos durante 12 años.
We have been friends for 12 years. We have been friends for 12 years.
En la zona.
In the area. In the area.
A Rihanna también la invitaron.
Rihanna was also invited. Rihanna was also invited.
Esperamos que devuelvas los cargadores.
We expect you to send the chargers back. We expect you to send the chargers back.
Cada vez que viajo al extranjero.
Whenever I travel abroad. Whenever I travel abroad.
Lo admito, necesito cambiar.
I admit, I need to change. I admit, I need to change.
Sin el acuerdo de los directores.
Without the director's agreement. Without the director's agreement.
El pavo es una parte esencial de Acción de Gracias.
Turkey is an essential part of Thanksgiving. Turkey is an essential part of Thanksgiving.
Pasar a la educación superior.
Go on to higher education. Go on to higher education.
Los participantes del juego.
The participants of the game. The participants of the game.
En mi opinión.
In my opinion. In my opinion.
Es medianoche.
It's midnight. It's midnight.
Vamos a Turquía en vacaciones.
We are going to Turkey for the holidays. We are going to Turkey for the holidays.
¿Por qué estás tan molesto? M.
Why are you so upset? Why are you so upset?
Es necesario comprar.
It is necessary to buy. It is necessary to buy.
Estoy llegando pasado mañana.
I am arriving the day after tomorrow. I am arriving the day after tomorrow.
El trabajo más adecuado para ella.
The most suitable job for her. The most suitable job for her.
Katie nunca va a la escuela caminando.
Katie never goes to school on foot. Katie never goes to school on foot.
Estoy tratando de deshacerme de ese viejo lavavajillas.
I am trying to get rid of that old dishwasher. I am trying to get rid of that old dishwasher.
Una solución aceptable.
An acceptable solution. An acceptable solution.
En países desarrollados.
In developed countries. In developed countries.
No puedo comer más.
I can't eat any more. I can't eat any more.
Apoyamos tu decisión.
We support your decision. We support your decision.
Eligieron una ruta diferente.
They chose a different route. They chose a different route.
Disfruto trabajar con personas.
I enjoy working with people. I enjoy working with people.
No los puedo encontrar en ninguna parte.
I can't find them anywhere. I can't find them anywhere.
Fuera de la puerta.
Outside the gate. Outside the gate.
En algún lugar de esta zona.
Somewhere in this area. Somewhere in this area.
Obesidad infantil.
Childhood obesity. Childhood obesity.
Una gran variedad de tés.
A huge variety of teas. A huge variety of teas.
Este es el penúltimo, M.
This is the last but one. This is the last but one.
Última tecnología.
Up-to-date technology. Up-to-date technology.
Está disponible de 4 p.m. a 7 p.m.
He is available from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. He is available from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Cancelar la cita de las 2 en punto.
Cancel the 2 o'clock appointment. Cancel the 2 o'clock appointment.
Sin tomar un descanso.
Without taking a break. Without taking a break.
En nuestro aniversario de bodas.
On our wedding anniversary. On our wedding anniversary.
Entre personas trabajadoras.
Among hardworking people. Among hardworking people.
Si me hubiera quedado divorciado, M.
If I had stayed divorced. If I had stayed divorced.
Reparé el auto por mi cuenta.
I repaired the car by myself. I repaired the car by myself.
Entreno duro todos los días.
I train hard day by day. I train hard day by day.
Tareas cotidianas en casa.
Daily chores at home. Daily chores at home.
Tengo que devolver el dinero.
I must pay it back. I must pay it back.
Una escena de miedo de la película.
A scary scene from the movie. A scary scene from the movie.
Es muy generoso de tu parte.
It's very generous of you. It's very generous of you.
Antes del atardecer.
Before sunset. Before sunset.
Después de los exámenes de finalización de la escuela.
After the school leaving exams. After the school leaving exams.
Sentirse financieramente seguro.
Feel financially secure. Feel financially secure.
Ella trabaja como abogada.
She works as a lawyer. She works as a lawyer.
Habitualmente hago ejercicio en el gimnasio.
I regularly exercise in the gym. I regularly exercise in the gym.
Después del amanecer.
After sunrise. After sunrise.
Sobre todo en caminos de montaña.
Mostly on mountain roads. Mostly on mountain roads.
Deberías esperarlo.
You should wait for him. You should wait for him.
Los niños necesitan apoyo emocional.
Children need emotional support. Children need emotional support.
La rosa es un símbolo de amor.
The rose is a symbol of love. The rose is a symbol of love.
Hacer un curso de idiomas, en Fenerev.
Do a language course. Do a language course.
Tienen altas expectativas.
They have high expectations. They have high expectations.
Excluir del juego.
Exclude from the game. Exclude from the game.
Cuidar de los niños.
Look after the children. Look after the children.
Este río es definitivamente estrecho.
This river is definitely narrow. This river is definitely narrow.
Admiro tu valentía.
I admire your courage. I admire your courage.
La honestidad es la mejor política.
Honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy.
Ella solo consiguió un papel secundario en la obra.
She only got a minor role in the play. She only got a minor role in the play.
En medio del patio de la escuela.
In the middle of the schoolyard. In the middle of the schoolyard.
Esta película me conmovió mucho.
This movie touched me very much. This movie touched me very much.
En la última reunión.
At the last meeting. At the last meeting.
Tienes el pelo rizado, ¿verdad?
You have curly hair, don't you? You have curly hair, don't you?
Dos años más joven que tú.
2 years younger than you. 2 years younger than you.
¿Qué tal si pedimos una pizza?
How about ordering a pizza? How about ordering a pizza?
Obtener descuentos especiales.
Obtain special discounts. Obtain special discounts.
Agradezco tu esfuerzo.
I appreciate your effort. I appreciate your effort.
Tengo prisa.
I'm in a hurry now. I'm in a hurry now.
No importa cuántos años tenga.
No matter how old she is. No matter how old she is.
Sorpresas desagradables.
Unpleasant surprises. Unpleasant surprises.
Como ya mencioné anteriormente.
As I mentioned earlier. As I mentioned earlier.
Me gusta ser espontáneo, M.
I like being spontaneous. I like being spontaneous.
Ambas oportunidades.
Both opportunities. Both opportunities.